Hey, it's Patrick, and today I'm going to show you how to install S&S's air stinger intake onto this 2020 Road Glide. Now, for M8 models, this install is going to be exactly the same across all of them, but it's also going to be very, very similar for twin cam models. Your spacing on your screws is just going to be a little bit different. As far as tools, we're only going to need three. We're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, a 5/16, and a 5/32 Allen. We'll put those tools down in the description so you don't have to remember them. Basically, the air stinger is very similar to the Stealth intake with a mini teardrop cover, but you see this big hole cut in it. And instead of having the typical stinger on the inside of the cover that directs that air into the throttle body, you have extra air filter element resulting in more airflow. S&S claims up to 55% more airflow, which is very believable considering how restrictive stock intakes are, which is exactly why you would want to put an intake like this on the bike. You're going to get more airflow, which then you can add more fuel to the bike and get more power. It also is very, very helpful if you have an aftermarket exhaust like this one we have here. And anytime you change the airflow in or out of your bike, it's a good idea to add a tuner so you can tune up those bikes and add that fuel to match that airflow. This is a very straightforward install, so let's get to work. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this little trim piece on the back side of our intake plate here. What it does, it covers up this big throttle by wire plug. There's two holes in it. One of the holes lines up with a peg that's on the plate, and the other one is for this little Phillips screw that comes with it. We're just going to run that down in there and tighten it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put our O-ring in here. I like to take a little bit of grease and put it in here to help hold the O-ring in there. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take these small screws, and they have threads and then kind of a smooth shaft, and these are going to use our 5/32 Allen. And what they do is you're going to need to thread them in right away. They won't poke through there. They have threads in the plate, and the reason that is once we thread them through there, they'll kind of be loose and they'll thread into our throttle body. But what this does, it keeps them, for some reason this back side of your throttle body, it's not going to come loose and get sucked into your intake and ruin your engine. That double thread kind of situation keeps that from happening. But also I like to put just a dab of blue Loctite on these just for fun. Now we're going to mount this backing plate onto the throttle body, but I'm not going to tighten it down all the way. I'm actually going to leave it a little bit loose. And when you do go to tighten this down, you don't need to tighten these, you don't need to really torque them down. Just snug them up. You have the safety of these not being able to fall out, and you don't want to strip out the aluminum threads on the throttle body. So the reason I left these loose is we're going to press this up against here tight. We're looking at what this gap is between our little ear here and the cylinder head where the breather bolt goes in. Right now I have a gap of about one of these washers that S&S sent. It's a little rubber washer, and you want to use these washers. If you have to use more than one, that's fine, to fill up that gap. What you don't want to do is put the breather bolts in and torque them down to take that gap up, because that's going to torque that plate down and make it not flat. It'll make it curved. See what you're going to need for a gap. Now that we know what that gap is, I'm just going to use one on each side. I'm going to put some blue Loctite on our breather bolts. We'll use our 5/16 and put our breather bolts in and run them down nice and snug. Now you also don't want to over torque that, so just snug these up with some blue Loctite. Don't strip out your cylinder head. So now we're just going to go back to our 5/32. We're going to tighten our 3 throttle body bolts up, and then we'll put on our air filter elements. So now we're going to install both of our air filter elements and our fancy cover. I like to take the little seam on our air filter element is down just so you can't see it. The stinger piece drops into the middle there, and then we put the teardrop over the top, lining up the holes for the Phillips screws. We're going to put a little drop of Loctite on each screw, and then we'll hold this up, get one side lined up, get the screws started. You can kind of see the brass inserts in there, and then move the other side over and get it lined up, and then snug these down. As always, don't forget to wipe. You don't want to leave any fingerprints on there that may end up being semi-permanent when it gets a little heat in it. This install should really only take you probably 30, 45 minutes, an hour max, depending on how hard it is to get your old intake off, and you're left with a beautiful new intake that works way better than your stock setup. Now, if you're looking for more information, go ahead and hit that info tab on your desktop or mobile device. It'll take you to the product detail page where you can read other riders' reviews and more specs about this intake. If you're still looking for more information, feel free to reach out to our customer service team. They would love to talk to you about what works best for you, your motorcycle, and your budget. I am Patrick. Thank you for watching. Now go work on those motorcycles.